Hello neighbors, it's Brad here at eTrailer, and today we're taking a look at installing the Curt 4-pole trailer wiring harness on a 2023 Hyundai Santa Fe. Adding 4-pole trailer wiring to your Santa Fe is going to be nice for when you tow a trailer or some of your accessories that may have light that go with your taillights. It's going to be super easy to just plug in on this, especially with the factory tow package, and that way when you hook up your trailer, you're going to get your running lights, your brake lights, and your turn signals. Because this vehicle has the factory tow package, this simply is a easy plug and play and can definitely be done quickly. It also has two forms of protection from any backfeed that you might get from your trailer. You have an inline fuse as well as it being module protected. So even if you have a short on the trailer, it's not going to fry any of your vehicle's electronics. And getting this installed, as I mentioned, is super easy, and you can do it in your driveway or garage within about 10 minutes or so. And I'll show you how to do it. So let's take a look at that. To begin our installation, we're going to be underneath the vehicle on our driver's side, and there's this plastic panel, and we're going to need to remove that because that's where our plug lives. We'll start by removing our plastic push pins. There's going to be 3 of them along the edge, and there's little slots along there to allow you to get a trim panel tool or even a flathead screwdriver in. So just separate that top button section from the bottom, and it should come out fairly easily. And looking vertical, you'll see kind of in this indent, there's going to be a plastic nut that goes on a thread. There's also one that's tucked back behind that. And these are pretty easy to get off. So I'm just going to use a 14mm socket, and just by hand I should be able to get this to lower. Sometimes it helps too to kind of pull down a little bit to give it pressure. That way it threads off that plastic nice and easy. And keep this handy because we're going to be reinstalling this pretty shortly. Now we see this plug, it's got a dummy cap here on it. We're going to go ahead and remove that because that's where we're going to be plugging in our 4-pole wiring. So take this plug end of your wire harness and snap that into place. So now that we're plugged in, we can go ahead and take our 15-amp fuse that's included in the kit and put that in our fuse holder. And then we can cap that up. And then take your 4-pole end and route this over to where you want this mounted. Now, as far as mounting, there's a few options. Our draw tight here has a welded on tab, so you can pick up a 4-pole bracket that allows you to have a nice solid mount. If your hitch does not have this mount, not to worry, you can pick up brackets here that are going to allow you to mount this up so it's nice and solid. But if you don't want to do a bracket, that's also fine, because you can actually use the dust cap to kind of bring this over to the safety chain loop, and that way it stays here. But normally I'd like to route this first to where we have it, and that way we can tie up all the excess back where our panel was. So I just kind of took the rest of our wiring and zip tied it up to the hitch, kind of keep it as hidden as possible. There, I routed it up and then just zip tied it here. There's a nice hole that I was able to use, and this will still allow us to put our cover back up. And as far as mounting up your module, there's a few different options. There's a hole here that you can self-tap into any of the metal. There's also double-sided tape included that allow you to stick it to anything. I just go ahead and zip tie this up because it is going to stay protected from our cover. Kind of keeps all of our wires nice and tidy as well. So now that we have this all in, we want to test to make sure that it's working. We're going to be using a 4-pole tester. You can get those here at eTrailer. It's really nice because it keeps it specific to the vehicle. And as we run through the running lights, turn signals, and brake lights, these are going to light up accordingly. Now, if you don't have one of these, you can hook it up to your trailer and just have someone check those lights as you run through it on the vehicle. Starting off with our running lights. Next, I'm going to go ahead and do my left turn signal, my right turn signal, and then finally my brakes. Now that we know that everything's working, we can go ahead and get our panel put back in, and then we're ready to start using our trailer wiring. And that was a look and installation of the Curt 4-pole trailer wiring harness on a 2023 Hyundai Santa Fe.